Hey, Greg Helm here. I'm here with Audio Savings today to talk about Peavey products, and I'm going to talk about the Peavey series mixers today. There's 5 mixers in the line, and each one has 2 versions of it, a USB and non-USB version. Today I'm going to talk about the PV10, 14, and 20 because they're all have the same features. They're very similar to each other, just larger versions of each other. The one thing I want to get across is that this is steel. This is not some lightweight plastic mixer. Most of our competitors, even the most popular ones, make mixers at this price level out of plastic. And I don't understand that because part of the sound of a mixer, having a steel top, gets rid of RF, which is radio frequency. It actually rejects it. If you have plastic, you tend to have more interference with your mixer. So that's why Peavey still makes these affordable mixers out of steel and not plastic like most other manufacturers do. Now to go through the features of this, obviously you'll see they have 60mm faders, very, very nice faders. Just to go down a channel strip, you have your mic input. You have a line input, that's for a mixer or a guitar or something like that. Insert's very important. What insert can do is you can plug a reverb or some kind of effect into that channel so you have it only for that channel. So if you need to gate a drum, add a reverb to a vocal or something, you can do that. Most mixers at this price level do not offer an insert. Then you have your gain. Your gain is how much you want to feed into this channel. You have an 80 Hz high pass. What that means, it takes everything at 80 Hz and below and just cuts it out. So that way you don't get the mud, the rumble of the room, air conditioning noise. So when you have a microphone plugged in there, you want to have that 80 Hz high pass built in. Then you have a 3-band EQ, high, low, and mid. Then you have 2 aux faders. One is called pre, that is for your effects processor. And one's called post, and that is for your monitor, for your stage monitor. Then you have your pan, you have your mute. Very simple. Those are the mono channels. All the mono channels are the same, but the 10, 14, and 20 then have 2 stereo channels. Now, one unique feature about the stereo channels is they have 2 separate inputs, RCA inputs and 1/4" inputs. There's an AB switch that can toggle between them. So if you're a band and you're rehearsing and you want to hear, oh, how'd that part go again, and have it on your iPod, you can just hit the button and now you hear iPod. Then you want to go back to rehearsing, hit the button. Now this is the keyboards. If you're a church, you can have your video keyboard plugged into here, and you can have a video plugged into here. So if you're not using it at the same time, you can use this basically as 2 inputs, not just 1 stereo input. Very unique feature. Now if you come to the master section, there's a few unique features to the master section. One's called Contour. Contour basically takes something like this, a 31-band EQ, and puts a big happy smile face on it. Increases the bass, increases the highs, and gives you really thick sound, and we call that contour. Then if you're using this for recording, you can send your tape to the USB or to the mix or the control room or headphones. So you can route any audio anywhere you want. Now you also have full effects processor built in, where you have 20 different effects right at your fingertips. And if you go to, let's say, a delay, then you can take this and adjust your delay. So it's not just go to this delay or that reverb. You can actually, once you get there, adjust it to your liking. Here you have tape in, tape out. You have stereo outs, both XLR and 1/4". You have your effects send defeat. That's really nice. So let's say you're performing and you have effects in here and you want to speak to the audience. Well, you don't want that reverb that's on your voice for singing to be there when you're talking. Well, you can have a foot switch next to you. You push it, takes the effects off. You can talk to the audience, push it again. You have your effects back on for performing. So a lot of nice features. The other nice thing about it is the 10 and 14 are available in 2 versions, one with a USB, one without a USB. So if you don't need a USB, you don't have to spend the extra money for one. If you need a USB, you can purchase one with a USB. Now what USB does, it sends what's called WAV files to your computer. That's a stereo track to your computer. So whatever's coming out of your main mix of this mixer will go to your computer. And then since it's a WAV file, once it's in your computer, you can then edit it as you like. So that's a really nice feature. A lot of people use these for little portable studios, for recordings, for things like that. So there, you have a built-in power supply, which I think is very important. You don't have one of those things in the middle or the wall warts. Professional mixers have built-in power supplies. You have a USB. You have mono channel, stereo channels. You have a really nice master section, all for a very reasonable price, made out of steel. Great products, Peavey series mixers from Peavey.